Hi guys, my name's LindseyLamb, formerly Lindsey Savastano. That was my name before I got married. I'm a Pueblo West High School alum, and I'm here to share with you my past involvement at Pueblo West High School, my love for reading and writing, my inspiration to write a children's book that's now on Amazon. So first off, I graduated from Pueblo West High School in 2007. Those 4 years, I played basketball, golf, and I was in student council. I have a few pictures to show you. This is the golf team in 2007. It's an article right there. Golf was a lot of fun. Basketball, this was the team in 2005, 2006. So right there, in the middle right there. I was number 13. It's the number 3 guard. There's a couple more pictures, basketball. And then this is a student council picture. Not everybody's in it because I don't have a ton of student council pictures, but this picture was of a dress swap. It was an event I created where girls could bring in dresses and swap out for new ones or just donate their old ones. I loved playing sports and I loved being in student council. It got me exposed to the community in Pueblo. And there was a creative side to it as well. We got to decorate and set up for dances and assemblies, which was a lot of fun. I learned a lot being in a leadership role. And without my experiences and my life in Pueblo, I wouldn't be who and where I am today, and I am so grateful. I love a lot of things about Pueblo and Pueblo West. One of my favorite things is the Pueblo green chilies. My family and I always make a thing out of it to go out on the mesa and get green chilies and freeze them. And even though I live in Austin, Texas now, better believe my freezer is full of Pueblo green chilies. And I loved being close to the mountains and Canyon City and Salida and getting to be close to Monarch. I miss Pueblo a lot, but my family's still there. My parents and my grandma still live in Pueblo, so I get to visit often. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my love for reading and writing. So my love for reading started, my mom, Sarah Woods, is great at telling and reading stories. She brings this contagious energy and it brings you in when she reads a story and you can't help but enjoy it. And so my love for reading started with my mom. And I've always loved writing in my journal and coming up with rhymes. And I used to write down little stories when we would go on trips. If we were driving anywhere in Colorado, sometimes I would write down stories. I really enjoyed doing that. And some of my basketball teammates would probably laugh at this because I used to come up with rhymes on the bus sometimes. And super silly, I know, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And so my inspiration started, so let's fast forward. So I graduated high school, graduated college from UNC. I have an accounting degree, so I started my career. But when I started my family, I decided to work part-time. I got the opportunity to work part-time from home. And I have 2 sons. And when my first son was born, Harper, that's when I started to work part-time from home. And a lot of days we read a lot of books. On average, I started counting like 10 to 12 books we would read. Not like long books, like little books. And I love the rhyming scheme and doing different voices and making him laugh. And so when Harper was about 2, I wrote a story inspired by him and I had to write it down. I was kind of in my head and like these rhymes were going around and I just had to put it down. So I wrote it on my computer and I sent it to my mom and I sent it to a couple friends to see what their thoughts were. If they thought it was even worth sending to a publishing company, because you never know. And they told me it sounded like a good book. And so I submitted it to a few publishing companies expecting a no, and I got a no. And then I waited. I just let it be. And so I waited to do anything with it because I didn't know what to do with it. And 3 years later, so COVID hit in March. So that is when I decided I am going to self-publish this book. It's a goal of mine. I'm sick of it sitting in the back of my head, and it's something I'm passionate about. And the premise of the whole book is gratitude. And I think, especially during a pandemic, it's hard to have that, but for kids, it's a great thing to practice. And so how do I get this out there? So my mom gave me contact information for her friend named Janelle, and Janelle had published a book on Amazon. And so I contacted Janelle, and she told me all the important things I needed to know. And you can publish books on KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. So you can publish an ebook, you can publish a paperback book, which can also be the same format. You can do that at the same time. Or you can publish like a series of books. And so I started on KDP. Then I found the website Upwork, and I hired an illustrator, a translator, and an editor. And so the Spanish piece, so I wanted my book to be bilingual because I love Spanish. I think it's a beautiful language, and I wish I was fluent in it. I'm not, maybe one day. But I think it's really important for kids and adults, but kids who are trying to learn Spanish or learn English, to see it in a book format. And so Hal's Magical Bubbles is bilingual. And so I found Stephanie De La Cruz. Stephanie's the illustrator. She lives in San Diego, and she made this book come to life. She put in so much detail, and she's just incredibly talented. So I'm really lucky to have her. And it is in Kindle format too. There are in the back of the book, so people who do Kindle version can download PDF files for the gratitude worksheets on my website. But this is one of my favorite parts, the gratitude worksheets. Do your name, how you feel, what the weather is, what you learned today, what you're grateful for, who you helped, what you struggled with. I think it's important for everybody to practice that, kids and adults. And so that is my tidbit on my background at Pueblo West. And I miss Pueblo all the time. I'm always happy to go home and see my family and see Pueblo West and all the new trails and get to go to the reservoir. And I just hope that y'all have a great rest of your school year and a wonderful summer. And I hope you enjoy the book. And I hope you keep reading and you keep writing.